Hey guys, how's it hanging? It is Eric here, and it appears that we've got another band of new sneak peeks inside episodes. Once again, these can be found on the Netflix website, so we're gonna dive in once again and check out these sneak peeks. Also, I'd like to let you guys know that everything after this part in the video will be nothing but spoilers, so if you wish to remain spoiler free until you watch the episodes yourself, yeah, this will be nothing but spoilers, but if you guys want to hear my initial thoughts of these sneak peeks after Season 7's release, I'll hope to see you back here. So here we go. Here we have Dookie, Susan, Mary, and Bling Bling Boy in an arcade. Bling Bling is playing a dancing game called Boogie Boogie Riot. The girls demand that Bling Bling tell them where he's hid a brainwashed Johnny, and apparently Bling Bling has brainwashed him to think he's his brother or something, which where his real family come in to restore his memories of them being his family and Eugene as his enemy. Bling Bling orders that they leave him alone so he can tend to his best bud day with Johnny. Afterwards, Dookie corrects him saying that he's his best bud. After that, Bling Bling challenges them to a game of Boogie Boogie Riot, and the winner gets to keep Johnny. They all stand there unimpressed at his challenge and dance skills. We then see Bling Bling run away, and they chase him. They initiate a chase scene with these slow-moving watercrafts. These actually really remind me of a scene we saw in the trailer, where we saw Dookie, Susan, and Mary in a watercraft claiming to rescue Johnny. Could these possibly be connected? The next one we have is inside the lab. Here we see Johnny's head hooked up to this experiment, connected with a sheep connected to Mr. Black. And speaking of which, this is our very first time seeing Mr. Black and Mr. White in a full body form, not in video game battle suits. Mr. White appears in a workout outfit, so I wonder what happened in the beginning of this episode. Perhaps we'll see a gym? And perhaps a sheep working out? Oh god, I hope so. Anyway, Susan says, okay, Johnny's mind will be put in Mr. Black's body. Mr. Black, your mind will leave the sheep and go into Johnny's body. After that, we get to hear our first line, hearing Mr. Black speak. And once again, after that, we get to hear Mr. White speak. And it appears that Scott McNeil will not be reprising, or has been reprised, to portray Mr. White and Bumper in the revival. Personally, I would have loved to have McNeil return as Mr. White, but either way, I hope the new actor has enjoyed playing this character, and I cannot wait to hear more of their talents connected with this character. We also hear that they're not going to initiate with this experiment until Mr. Black and Mr. White agree to their deal. Another sneak peek we have is Johnny and Dookie running for their lives through the dark and spooky woods. Once again, we can compare this to a scene we saw in the trailer. The one where we saw Johnny and Dookie presumably watching a scary movie on TV. Anyway, we see them running for dear life in terror. This running animation actually really reminds me of an image we saw in the last video, where they were running away from Bling Bling Boy in his mech. Anyway, next we see Susan and Mary tackle them off the screen. Dookie then has a line. Okay, when we said we wanted a spooky forest, we didn't say weed whacker maniac scary. So, this actually makes me think that Susan and Mary has manufactured this spooky forest. I was thinking, perhaps something similar to the technology used to make the reality environment in the enchanted land of Janaya. But we also have a line from Susan mentioning a dare, making her go full power on this experiment. So perhaps too much power has led the spooks to become real. We then hear from Johnny that this is a little competition they've devised upon one another, an all-night spooky challenge. A funny joke that comes right after this that I just love, that being Johnny goes on a tangent saying that the only truly scary thing would be how bad he'll beat everybody. While he's on this tangent, the others walk away dragging Johnny with them while he's still talking. Man, that's just so funny. We then see the kids find a house, and Dookie says, "Home sweet home." So, I'm starting to wonder if this was their backyard, and the house is their back door. We then get confirmation that this is their house when Mary says they'll jump into their parents' bed in fear and tell them about the scary weed whacker man and get them to call the cops. The back door opens and the weed whacker appears from the darkness within the house. We then hear this guy talk. This episode certainly looks interesting. The kids then run away because the weed whacker man was blocking the entrance to the house, and they appear to have walked into some quicksand. While sinking, Mary demands that they scream for mom. We then get some super interesting insight inside Hugh and Lila's bedroom. So awesome. We see a drawer with a plant and a picture of each of their kids. The room is very orange in the revival. And finally we see Lila sleeping, unable to hear the kids in danger. The last sneak peek we have is in regard to the ending scene in the trailer. So this one is quite interesting. So Johnny walks into the lab asking to be taller, similar to the events of Johnny Testosterone, and he wishes to be taller to gain access to a ride with a height limit, which I believe to be that ride we've seen at the ending of the trailer, the one where you sit in a transparent ball and you'll be launched into the air. Now, there happens to be a flaming asteroid about to crash into Porkbilly in 12 hours. Susan and Mary are trying to figure out a way to destroy it before it strikes. Meanwhile, Johnny is demanding them to make him taller. Later, we see our first look at the transition, so I am happy to report that the famous Johnny Test transition will remain in place. However, in addition, we now know of at least 4 new guitar riffs that'll play once a transition initiates. Susan and Mary first give Johnny something called lift shoes. These will extend the base of his shoe, but may or may not haywire and launch him into the ceiling. Another experiment they try is molecular bone extensions. These gave Johnny crazy long limbs that he cannot even balance with. Another, experiment, I guess you could call it. Basically, an octopus. Yeah, an octopus. Although, that is a funny joke in of itself that I loved. Another one that I loved was, with each 3 of these run-throughs of experiments, we've seen it in some way knock over that measuring board. It's the little gags like those I appreciate. And finally, we get something very familiar. Here we have Mary applying this cream we now know is called Focal Enhancing Mousse. This adds hyper-intelligent nanobot bodybuilding conditioner into the hair. The nanobots will attach to the hair follicles molecules and make the user's hair lush and indestructible. Yo, sign me up, I want to try this stuff. After Susan drops the hairdryer unit over his head, we see Johnny come out with gigantic hair, and after that Mary pulls over a sledgehammer and swings it over and hits Johnny's hair, and the sledgehammer breaks. Boom. And after that, we see another teaser image I recently did a video on. Here Johnny says, "And how do I look?" And Dookie replies, "Gorgeous." Johnny then says, "To the fair, dog," and they speed away. So it seems my initial theory regarding this experiment was wrong. But anyway guys, thank you for watching this video. As usual, if you've enjoyed this, why not leave a like? And otherwise, why not subscribe for more Johnny Test videos and news and stuff. And I would also like to let you guys know that I'm currently doing a Let's Play series on the channel of Doki Doki Literature Club and SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. If any of you are looking for a game series to watch or something funny to laugh along with, I would highly recommend giving one of those series a try. Any support on one of those series would be immensely appreciated. And otherwise, I will hope to see you guys later, so stay fresh.